guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about voucher codes. So first thing is first, a voucher code is not a discount code. So let me explain how voucher codes work. When a client is given a voucher code, now you can purchase them as well, but we're not going to talk about that on this one. We're going to talk about what happens if you give a client a voucher code. When you give a client a voucher code, it won't apply discount to anything. What a voucher code basically means is that you can give it to a client, they can go to a form on your website, they can put that code in, and when they put that code in, it will apply the groups that you've created and link to that code to their account, and it'll also create an account for them as well. So that's basically what it means. I'm going to show you how to set one up, and it'll make a lot more sense about how they work once I do that, hopefully. So let's take a look at this. Well, the first thing you need to do is actually create a page on your website to hold the voucher code sign-up form. So I've just created a page here that's called How to Add a Sign-Up Form. I'm going to go to the Add button. I'm going to go down to More. I'm going to go to HTML code. Now, depending on your website builder, whatever, this will all be done differently. If you go to my blog, you'll be able to see, or if you go to the YouTube channel as well, you'll be able to see all the different videos about how to add to different websites. Now, it's how to add in your client logins that are shown on there. However, the forms are all added in exactly the same way. So I'm going to add in this box here. I'm going to go back to PT Distinction, and I'm going to go to More and down to your website. You'll recognize this bit from the other videos where you add in your normal client login. Well, if you scroll down here to step 3, you'll see this little green text and a link to the preloaded client account. So you're going to click this green text here, and it gives you another iframe. So you want to take that, copy it, and you're going to paste that into your HTML box. And it will create a form that looks a little bit like this. So as you can see in this form, it looks very similar to the sign-up forms that we talk about in Module 4 of the masterclasses, but this one's got an extra box in here. It says voucher code. And that is where the voucher code is going to go. So now we've done that, I'm going to publish it. So it goes live. And then we need to get the URL for that page. So just like with the client login, you need the URL for this to work properly. So I'm going to get it here. This is how you do it in Wix, by the way. But again, different website builders do it differently. But basically, you just need to get the URL for that particular page. So here's this one. There it is. So I'm going to copy that, head back over here, and then we need to paste it into this box here and make sure we hit save. Now, once we've done that, we can head back home. And now what we need to do is set up a preloaded client account to make those voucher codes work. So if we head over to More again, come down to preloaded client accounts. Once we're in here, we basically need to create a new package. Now, before I go any further, there's 2 ways to do voucher codes, which I kind of mentioned at the start of this video. One way is where you give a voucher code to somebody, which is what we're talking about in this video. The other way is actually using PayPal to auto-generate and send a voucher code to them. Now, if you're going to use that way, I would suggest you go and watch the Module 4, which is all about the automation and that kind of thing. It talks about how to do it that way. But it also shows you what I think is a better way of doing it. But for now, we're just going to talk about how you would do it if you wanted to give a voucher code to clients, whether that's through a business card, an email, or whatever it is. So, first thing, we're going to head up to Add New Package. We're going to give it a title, so I'm going to call this a voucher code test. Put today's date on it. And we need to select the groups that we want to add for this one. So I'm just going to pick, I don't know, 28-day challenge. But you can add whatever groups you want into this. Then, what we normally do when we're selling vouchers online is we click this option here to sell vouchers online. What we're going to do this time is go to this one, which is step 2, and set up access vouchers to give out. So you can sell them individually or give them out to clients, whatever you want. So hit yes. And you need to create a new voucher code for that particular preloaded client account. So we're going to click new access code. We'll give it a name. So I'm going to call this best program ever. And this is where you write out your voucher code. You can put whatever you want inside here. We'll put a few random letters and numbers in. And then you have your normal stuff. So you can choose whether to keep this account online until further notice, or you can set a time limit on it if you want to. Once you do that, you've got to give it a valid from and a valid 2 date. So I'm going to go valid for a week. And then you can decide how many times that particular code can be used. So if it's just a one-off code for one person, just do it once. If you want that code to be used, maybe it's for promotion or something like that, then you can put 100 in or whatever you want to put inside here. It's entirely up to you. Once you've done that, hit save the access code and it'll appear down here. So this is the code they're going to use when they get to the client form on your website. So this is the code right here. So we're going to copy that so we can use it later. I'm going to hit save. So that preloaded client account, as you can see now, is all set up and ready to go. So we head over now to our account here. We'll go onto our page. We'll see our sign up form that we've created. And we'll fill in the details. So I'm going to go for my details. I'm going to paste in the voucher code, type in my password, then click create an account. Once you've done that, we'll be able to log in. And all the content within that group, so that preloaded client account, which was here, has now been added into my program. And that's pretty much how you do it. And that is how the voucher codes work. So as you can see, they're not a discount code. They won't allow you to have discount, but it does mean you can charge a client whatever you want, or you can just give it out as a freebie, and it will allow them to sign up to a particular program just by using that code. So that is how voucher codes work.